Hello, hello friend! How are you doing today? My name is Mary, this is Happily Ever Esch, and we are chugging along on the Vlogmas Christmas holiday train. And today I am bringing you what I have been enjoying and what Judah has very much been enjoying for holiday winter picture books. Ever done a picture book video on this channel, but I've had many an intention, so I'm very excited to be bringing you some of our favorites. Some of these we own, some of these we've gotten from the library, so let's just hop on into it. I am very much a seasonal picture book girl because I think it's so visual. I want the feelings that I'm feeling outside to be represented in the books that we're reading a lot of times. Like when Christmas and the winter time is done, like we are putting these books away because I get too much friction feeling when I'm reading about wintertime in the summer. But that being said, I do like a cozy, enveloping, winterish book when it's cozy and enveloping and winterish outside. So without further ado, let's hop into our favorite picture books. So probably my most favorite, Judah likes this one too, but it gets a little wordy, but it's repetitive enough that I think for his almost 2-year-old brain, he can handle it. And that's William's Winter Nap. And this is by Linda Ashman and pictures by Chuck Roynick. I think this book is absolutely stunning. The pictures on the inside are just perfect. I don't know if you can see this gorgeous little A-frame room. You can see the back there, this sweet little cottage. And the premise of this book is a little boy named William is drinking his hot cocoa and getting ready to settle in for a nice cozy, snowy sleep. But all of these little animal friends keep knocking on his door and asking him if they can come snuggle up with him and take a nap. And William, being the sweet little boy that he is, always makes room until that is a large friend comes and asks to join them, and there's a little bit of a dilemma. What do they do? And so I think this one is so sweet. Like I said, there's a very repetitive nature to it, so I think for young children this one is great, and it's just so lovely and a perfect bedtime book. I also love to read about sleeping before Judah needs to go to sleep, so this one kind of checks all of my picture book boxes, and I think that it's stellar, and I will be checking out, or at least trying to see if this illustrator has done more work, because stunning. I love the pictures in this. Next is a fun one and a little bit of a nostalgic hit for me because I read this series of books when I was little, and that's Froggy Gets Dressed by Jonathan London, illustrations by Frank. I'm not even going to try. Here's his last name. This again has a repetitive kind of nature to it, and it's about our little main character Froggy, who wakes up and just wants to play in the snow, but he keeps forgetting articles of clothing. The pictures are a lot of fun, but still really cozy. And there's this line that if you've read these books, you know, where the mom goes, "Froggy!" and Froggy goes, "What?" And Judah thinks that is hilarious. And so there's a little bit of humor in these books, and I think that this one is a great one. We've checked a couple out from the library just because he liked this one so much, which are a little longer. So I think that this one, if you have younger ones, is perfect because it's a little shorter and a little more repetitive, and so easier for, I think, the little brains to kind of pay attention to. Next is one that's probably one of my favorites. I don't know how much Judah loves this one. He'll sit and read with it, but it's not one he's gonna pick out. But that's one of the Peter Rabbit books, and it's A Christmas Wish. Again, these pictures are just so cozy and sweet, which is why I think I enjoy it so much. But it's a very simple story. Again, it's a board book, so meant for littler ones. But it's about little Peter Rabbit who is waiting for Santa to come, and he can't sleep. And I just identify that. I was the kid who had such a hard time sleeping on Christmas Eve. I could never fall asleep, and I was always, listening for Santa Claus. And so I think that this one is a really sweet one. And the more we read it, the more Judah will kind of sit down with it. But this is probably more my favorite than his. One that we recently bought, and it's because this series of books is one that Judah really likes, and so I put this one in my Target order because it was under $10 and I couldn't resist. And I thought it would be sweet to put in his stocking, but by the time Christmas gets here, we're done kind of wanting to read Christmas books. So I gave it to him early, and that's Santa and the Goodnight Train. The Goodnight Train books, I cannot recommend them enough, especially the first one. It's such a sweet, rhythmic story, and it's a perfect book to read right before bed. Absolutely perfect. And this is just so sweet. The illustrator is amazing. There's like, they are gorgeous pictures, but they're also fun and really like enjoyable to look at. I absolutely just love this book, and this idea about this like goodnight train, like getting on this train and it's taking you to sleep. But Christmas themed. One of my favorite pages is a gingerbread scene. Let's see if we can find it. I must have skipped it. This little gingerbread village, how sweet. But definitely check out the just regular Goodnight Train. It's amazing, but this is a fun little addition, so see if your library has it. I know it's kind of hard sometimes to get seasonal books in the season because they're so popular and are all checked out, but it's a cute one. And then last but certainly not least, this was one I just picked up on a whim at the library, and my husband loves it. He's like, the illustrations in that are so gorgeous, and Judah does too. Because it's a singing book, he loves any kind of like singing book, and that's just like perfect for the age he's at right now. Songs are like an instant way for kids to remember, and they just tend to connect really well with songs at all ages, but especially the age that he's at right now. And it's Over the River and Through the Woods, a holiday adventure by Linda Ashman, illustrated by Kim Smith. This one is so sweet because it's the Over the River and Through the Wood, to grandmother's house we go theme book, but in modern day. So like what would happen in a modern day setting. The illustrations are stunning. Here's the end papers. Gosh, I just feel like children's books these days are so gorgeous. Here's the families all getting invited to grandma's house. But yes, it's just their misadventures on getting to grandma's house and why they all have to end up coming on this horse-drawn sleigh. So we love this one. Judah loves this one. He will bring it to me to read and then to Brandon to read, and we will just like go back and forth until we're both like, okay, our throats hurt. We cannot sing you this book anymore. So those are my top 5 favorite winter Christmassy picture books. I'd love to know some of your recommendations that you enjoy, or your kiddos enjoy, or your kiddos did enjoy when they were little. Let's chat about it all down in the comments below. Please like this video if you enjoyed. I'd love to do more seasonal picture book videos. I just need to like get around to doing them. So I'd love to know if you liked this type of video, and please subscribe if you want to see more bookish content from me, because like I said, we are chugging right along through Vlogmas, so you've got a couple more days of me. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go.